Hello everyone and welcome to the Q&A for November. If you are unfamiliar with how this works, we look at the last Q&A video, which was October. We take all of the comments, we sort through them and decide on some that we're going to answer. We also will always do the top comments, which means if you guys are interested in seeing one of the questions answered for sure, give it a thumbs up because the ones that get to the top we answer. Now, for sure. And we'll also answer other stuff. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So the first question, which was one of the top rated ones, was from Dan. And he says, what are your plans for Happy Christmas Fun Time? New Year's? Is there a plan for visiting Florida in the near future? Also, favorite desserts? Your buddy Dan. For Christmas, we're going to be in Myrtle Beach. And I think we're going to be back here for New Year's, right?
Yeah, I have school like 2 days later.
As for plans for visiting Florida in the near future...
Weren't we planning to do it for spring break?
Oh, yeah, actually, she's right. We're gonna finally take our honeymoon.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll call it the honeymoon, I guess, but we're gonna probably go to maybe Orlando for that. And Dan lives in Jacksonville, so we might go through there and visit Dan. And what's your favorite dessert?
Banana cake with chocolate frosting.
My favorite dessert? I don't know if I have a favorite dessert. I like cake. I don't like pie, but we've established this in Q&A before. I'm a big fan of cake. I like...
Brownies?
I like brownies. I like baked goods. Cookies are probably my favorite dessert. Some sort of cookies. We'll move on. The next question is from HiSaysMel, and this was the other top-rated comment. It says, also my nose is really itchy because I've had a bloody nose for today for some reason. So if I itch my nose and I'm not covered in blood, that's good. HiSaysMel says, hi Stephen and Mel. Hi. To both, were you an honor student in high school?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually went to a private high school, and I think almost all of our classes were honors, and I always did really well in high school, and I mean grade school and all those things, except once I got into harder math, then I was like, phew. So math wasn't good for me.
I didn't take honors classes. I was on the honor roll, but I was.
Oh, is that what that means?
I didn't know, so I thought I would clarify both.
Oh, okay. Well, I took honors classes, although they were South Carolina honors classes, so you be the judge of what I learned. And I was frequently on the honor roll, but it stopped once I got to math, because math was bad. They also asked another question to me. They say, have you ever played Banjo-Kazooie? Would you consider doing an LP on it? I got Banjo-Kazooie probably the day it came out. When I was a kid, I read Nintendo Power cover to cover every month, and I was always really informed on what games were coming out. And I knew Banjo-Kazooie was coming out. I knew everything about it. I was excited. And I got Banjo-Kazooie probably the day it came out. And I've beaten it 100%. It's a great, great game. Would I consider doing an LP of it? Maybe.
Not soon.
Probably not soon. But to be honest, 2012 is filling up. There's a lot of good games that we're going to be doing LPs of in 2012. So I won't say no. I will say if I did it, I'd probably do the Xbox version just because... I'm kind of a whore for making things look really, really great, and there's an HD version on the Xbox, so I'd probably do that. Anyway, next question is from YoshiYamiYori, and he says, on Stephen Plays, why is it that you say highly consider subscribing rather than the traditional and so on? Is it to be different, or is it because you don't like the connotation of subscribe to my videos as sounding forceful? It's probably a little of both, but it's mostly the latter. I don't like the idea of people telling you to subscribe, and I know that's like 99% of YouTube. When you watch a video, like you get 3 seconds into the video and there's an annotation that's like for dog or I can't say that word, can I? It just came out.
I'm gonna vote no. Re-say that.
Thumbs up for dog food, you know, or something like that. So I don't really understand why they do that. I don't think it's fair to ask someone to like the video until the end of the video because they haven't even had a chance to watch the video. I know some people will do that, and I know they do that for my videos. I mean, I think it's nice, but I don't think you should like ask people to do that. And especially at the end of the video. And sometimes people will like hit you over the face with a baseball bat. They're like, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I don't think it's a good way to win people over. So I tell them to highly consider subscribing, because I think that that's what you should do. I mean, if you like the content and you may want to see more in the future, subscribe. If at some point the content changes and you don't like it anymore, unsubscribe. Although the content's been pretty much the same, so don't ever unsubscribe, or I'll beat you in the face with a baseball bat. Anyway, Fritzman24 says, have you ever got an F in any of your classes?
No, you messed that up.
Oh, sorry. Ben Major 08 asked that. Sorry, it is all run together. Ben Major 08 says, have you ever gotten an F in any of your classes?
No. I got a D in college once.
I've never made an F in any class ever. I made a D in high school in Algebra 2. Some of you probably laughing like, Algebra 2? Yeah. I had a slow decline in every grade. I took math. I got lower and lower score till I got a D in Algebra 2, and they're like, we got to do something. And they put me into like 5th grade math when I was in junior year, and then I got an A. Anyway, the worst grade I ever got in college was Chinese art. I got a C. All my other classes were A's and B's.
My D was in stats.
In stats?
It was hard.
It's class. Hard. I mean, I got cum laude in college, which was good. And actually, some of you who watch the vlog and have been watching for a while know that the only reason I got a C in Chinese art is because I showed up to class one day and I was like, all right, I'm ready to learn. And he's passing out the exam. And I'm like, why are we passing out the exam? And me and Taylor had that class, and we had missed the class before. And that class was the one where he was like, you have an exam. And he wouldn't tell me that. He said that he had been saying it since day one, but he's a liar. Anyway, he's the reason I got a C in college. Let's move on.
Let's blame other people.
Let's blame other people.
Now you have Fritzman.
Fritzman24 asked, would you ever do a Pokemon LP? Yes. 2012, there will be a Pokemon LP. I announced this on Facebook and Twitter the other day, but it is for sure happening. I'm either going to be doing Fire Red or Leaf Green. Probably Leaf Green. I might do the original Red and Blue, but it's more likely I'll do one of the remakes. All I can say is that be prepared for a thrill ride of awesome, because I've got these really great ideas that are going to be implemented into the LP.
My ideas.
Some of her ideas. You guys are going to be involved in the LP, and it's going to be so great. And I will explain more whenever it gets time to actually like do everything, but you guys are going to love it. The best Pokemon LP on YouTube. I'm saying it now. Probably not fact-wise. Fact-wise, it'll be a piece of garbage, but everything else, you'll laugh. Okay. Alex, my old roommate Alex, wasabimilkshake on YouTube, asks, I watched this entire video because I am drunk. Would you rather go to the moon or go back in time? Alex, I'm so glad you asked this. I would rather go back in time.
I agree.
I mean, I think the moon is cool. I really do. I think it'd be cool to go to the moon, but don't you think it'd be cooler to go back in time? I think it'd be cool. Anyway, a guy 1062 says to Mao, do you ever plan on doing solo LPs? And if so, what would your first game be?
Well, I'm spearheading Sonic 2 when we do that. So that's going to be mine, but Steven's helping.
I'm helping.
As Tails in Sonic 2, and
I'm helping.
And if you've played Sonic 2, you know Tails doesn't do a whole lot.
In fact, if he dies, it doesn't matter. Doesn't he come back?
Yeah.
Useless.
The point of Tails is to get Sonic rings.
It's going to be the first Mal and Steven. As opposed to like Steven and Mal play, it'll be Mal and Steven play. So we are going to be doing Sonic 2.
As for a solo one, maybe I'll do a PS2 game, one of my crazy unheard of ones.
Would I be a guest commentator, or it's just you?
I don't know.
Kind of like what we did in Portal 2, because I played Portal 2, but you were there. To guide me early on, and then later to completely forget what to do.
I remembered most of it.
Some of it. Our good buddy DoubleYooToo says, I know you like They Might Be Giants, so what are your favorite songs by them? I say songs because I know it can be hard to pick just one. You like They Might Be Giants, what are your favorite songs?
Damn Good Times.
That's probably one of my favorite. Damn Good Times is good. It would be way easier if I was actually looking at like
A list.
a list, but there's a lot of good ones from Here Comes Science, and I actually talked to DoubleYooToo about this.
I like Meet the Elements.
Meet the Elements. There's a lot of people who are just getting into They Might Be Giants may look at their children's albums and be like, oh, they're for children, I will leave them alone. No, wrong. The children's music is good, and it feels and sounds just like their adult music. So I would highly suggest if you are in any way interested in They Might Be Giants to check out their music and also check out the children's albums. Other good albums include The Spine.
Songs, not albums.
I know, but The Spine is just a good... I think I have every song on The Spine 5-starred on iTunes. Flood is a great album. Almost every song on Dial a Song. I mean, I don't know. I'll give you a few songs that are like no one's ever heard of, or they're at least they're not as well known. Certain People I Could Name is a wonderful song that a lot of people haven't heard. Mink Car is kind of well known. Mink Car is a pretty good song. There's more. I don't know. Bug me about it sometime, and I'll come up with an actual list. Let's keep moving, because I could just talk about They Might Be Giants all day. Chickinthemoonlight says, what is your favorite aspect, personality-wise, about each other? I'll go first, so you can finish more powerfully than me. My favorite aspect about Mao is her cheerfulness, and she knows that. She smiles all the time. She smiles a lot more than I do. Even if she's down about something, I mean, she'll still smile. She's sometimes a little easy to make smile. Like, I can just say random words and she'll just smile, like banana, you know. It's funny. So that's my favorite aspect, is because she stays so cheerful and happy. If I ever get down in the dumps about anything, I only really have to just look at her and then I'm cheered up. So
I like your humor, and you're very sweet.
Sweet.
Like caring sweet. Like Stephen makes dinner for me and foot massages and...
Well, I'm the house husband, so it's my duty as a houseband. Oh Lord. Techno Ninja Tofu. Did I say that right? Sounds like it.
Techno Ninja Tofu.
Oh! Techno Ninja Tofu, never mind. Do you want to get cats from a shelter or adopt them as kittens? I know it's not much of a question, but shelter cats need loving too. I have 4 shelter cats and they were in cages for the first 5 years or so of their lives. That was by 4th dimensional bubble. It's because you didn't separate these. Okay, that was by 4th dimensional bubble.
There's a really great vlog called Kitties, is it?
What are you talking about?
About shelter cats.
There's a vlog about shelter cats?
Yes, when we were in Wisconsin Rapids in Wisconsin, we went to the shelter and you filmed all the kitties.
Oh, one of my vlogs. I thought you meant that someone ran a YouTube channel about shelter cats, and I was like, that's strange. No, it's actually, if you go to my YouTube vlog, the channel you're watching this on, and you go to the search box and type in kitties with an exclamation point, it should come up. It's a bonus day. I don't remember what day it is, but we go to a shelter and we play with the cats. For a long time, I wanted to get kittens, but I believe we'll probably get a shelter cat. We may get a young shelter cat. I don't know. It's just probably going to be one of those things that...
We'll go to a shelter and whatever cat is like, bring us home, it'll be that cat.
Whatever cat picks us. Mm-hmm. Because that's how we got Rocco. I mean, when we got Rocco young, we got him as a kitten. But, I mean, we've been to the shelter. You can watch that vlog and it'll show us in the shelter. And,
there were some cute cats.
Yeah. So, age isn't a big thing for me. I mean, it's not like we have to have a young cat. We really want to get 2 cats, and we want to make sure they obviously get along and they have good temperaments and
with all the cords we have around, it's probably a bad idea to have kittens.
Yeah. We really got to clean up our act before we get cats. Anyway, the next question is by Techno Ninja Tofu, who asks, what are your favorite cereals?
I like a few different ones, Lucky Charms, Crunch Berries, and Cracklin' Oat Bran.
The heck is that?
You've never had Cracklin' Oat Bran?
That sounds gross. Crunch Berries are great. My favorite cereals are probably a cross between Crunch Berries,
Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes.
Cookie Crisp?
No.
Oh.
Gross. Maybe Honey Nut Cheerios. That's probably the main ones I usually get. I usually move around between Crunch Berries, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Apple Jacks, and Frosted Flakes. But I don't really get Frosted Flakes anymore because she hates it. Don't know why.
I never liked cereal.
Tony the
growing
freaking tiger. Anyway, next question is by the Strikers. Hey Stephen and Mao, how are you guys doing? I'm doing fine. I have a question for you too. What are your favorite brands of clothing? Thanks and good luck in the future. We're answering this question just because we think it's funny. The question is serious. We don't do brands of clothing.
We don't even really do like
clothing.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm wearing? Honestly?
No, I mean we don't like shop at certain stores.
Oh, yeah,
It's not like, man, I have to go to the Gap and I only buy the Gap clothing.
Yeah, I mean, some people are like that, and I'm not going to talk down against them, although there was a Nintendo episode where I did. There's a Nintendo episode where like, you should be your own person, and stuff like that.
Maybe what style
I mean,
of clothing? You like to sport the Hank Hill look.
I seriously, I always wore horizontally striped polos forever, but since I've been in Colombia and been working just in the house, I wear these all the time. So when she gets home and we go somewhere, I don't change shirts, I just wear this. So now it's becoming a thing where I just wear a white undershirt. Honestly, if I ever get to a convention and it's warm enough to wear just a white undershirt, I'll probably wear just a white undershirt because I think it'd be funny to meet some of you guys like that. But there's not really any brands or anything. I mean, Levi jeans tend to fit me better, if that counts. But I mean, I think...
You're a weird size.
I think so does Lee. Yeah, my size is strange.
I like rockabilly clothing, and I wish I had money to buy more.
Rockabilly?
Yes. It's like 50s dresses, like the one I made.
Oh. I like Nintendo shirts.
You have a lot of them.
I have a lot of those. That's as close as like a brand I would give. Let's move on. Infernal Fland says, hey Stephen and Mao, you two like Magic, so this question is Magic related. What kind of playstyle do you have in Magic? Color or colors do you run and strategy for the deck? And what kind of playstyle would you like to have in the future of your Magic endeavors?
I love blue.
I love red.
Blue is hard to do lately, but I love it.
We don't play standard anymore, which is kind of nice because we don't have to really worry about like spending money on cards because we couldn't afford it to do it anyway. Magic's expensive. The people who don't play Magic who are watching probably don't really get that. But if you've ever played a trading card game, especially Magic, you would know that it's really expensive to play.
The good cards can be in the upwards of $80. Like if you need that one card and you have 3 and you need one more, it can be $80. Or it can be like 2 cents.
Generally expensive. I mean, most decks are comprised mainly of rare cards, and Magic cards have their own freaking stock market and they're up and down. It's stupid. I mean, I don't think that the creators ever intended it for it to get like that because they just want you to buy packs. The creators aren't selling individual cards. I just wish it was more open for more people to get into it because Magic's really fun, but to play competitively, it's an arm and a leg. I always played red. I played Red Deck Wins when it was popular. With Ball Lightning and Lightning Bolt and stuff. That's my favorite way to play, is just hit them really fast and hard. And actually, when I played Red Deck Wins, it was one of the cheapest decks there was to build. I think the deck was like maybe $100 or so. And some of you who don't play Magic are like, $100? Yeah, well, some decks are like $800, so it's an expensive hobby. Let's move on. Metal Overlord 7290 says, how often do you keep in touch with Reed and the rest of the Fangamer staff?
It depends who, really. Because we'll play Left 4 Dead with Stephanie, who is living with Steve.
And we'll play with
dating.
Steve. We'll play with Steve. We play with Steph and Steve. Steve is Plo. Steve's the guy that works the Fangamer mailroom. We talk and play with them at least like 2 or 3 times a month.
Every once in a great while, we'll play with like Reed and Ryan.
Reed, Ryan, John Kay, other people from Fangamer.
Every once in a while, we'll call them with questions or...
Yeah, I actually called Steve the other day because I needed to know the best way to send Six Haricots his Donkey Kong Country prize, because he lived in Canada, and I wanted to know the best way to go about that. So he let me know, and we shipped it really cheap. But, it's going to get there, so don't worry about it. Anyway, we put it in a sack and threw it in the ocean. Good luck. All right. Next question is by Waldo Wall. And Waldo Wall asks, what is it like living with Marfans? My sister has Marfan's first cousin, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, I'm sure. And I'm a Marfan's candidate myself, though I'm quite a bit younger than you. It's honestly, I don't want to be like, it's not bad at all. Join the Marfan's crew, but it's not that bad. It's just one of those things
it's your lifestyle.
Yeah, I got lucky. A lot of people that find out they have Marfans find out too late, because
they'll be basketball players.
They'll play sports, and then they'll push themselves too hard one day, and then they're done. And luckily, I always hated sports. Still hate sports. I live to sit in a chair every day, and I think that's great. I really do. It's like my favorite thing ever is to play video games.
It has affected you, though. You can't play DDR anymore.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest way it's affected me. Is I used to really, really be into DDR, and as I got older, it's just one of those things that it actually gets really scary to play DDR, because I always played heavy. It's like doing all the crazy stuff, and I can't do it anymore. And the few times I've tried, I honestly felt like I was gonna die. So you kind of have to have a more the word sedentary. I don't know, some S word. Sedentary. I think it's sedentary. Sedentary. There's gonna be like 12 comments like, it's this, you idiot. Okay, fine. Yeah, you just kind of have to live life a little more laid back. But there's nothing wrong with that. I would feel for someone who found out they had it and was a sports player, though, because, it's just, that's basically it. Take life easy and you're okay. I can't do running and stuff. That's the other hard thing. You have to make sure you get enough exercise, which is why we generally try to do walks and stuff, because you need exercise. But if you have Marfans, you can't push yourself very hard, because then you can get in trouble. So, just kind of keep it light. Anyway, let's move on. The Poet's Time says, did either of you get into science? Astronomy, physics, chemistry, robotics, etc.?
I took astronomy, physics, chemistry, bio, and 2 more in high school. And I really liked physics, and I liked astronomy. I'm very interested in it, but I didn't really enjoy the class very much. But my little sister, Carly, who I'm sure most of you know on the vlog, is an astronomy major. She's going to get her master's after she finishes her undergrad. She's a double major with physics. She's taking things that she'll be like, science, astronomy, this, and I'm just like...
She's funny. When I was in high school, I didn't really like science. I also went to a private high school. I went to a religious high school, and just saying that, I did not get the whole science picture, and I didn't get the whole science picture until I got into college. In college, I took astronomy, and astronomy was life-changing. I never got astronomy in high school, probably because it was a religious high school. Not that you can't learn astronomy in a religious high school, but honestly, some of the stuff that's talked about makes more sense from a different world view, if that makes sense. I don't like to talk about religion on the vlog, but it's kind of necessary in this particular question. Anyway.
You also had a small high school that didn't have very many classes. They didn't have art.
Yeah, we didn't have extra fun classes. But in college we did, so I took astronomy and I loved it. I read astronomy sites. I try to keep up with the latest astronomical findings. I just think it's awesome, and the universe is awesome, and it's really easy to get me started on the universe and planets and stuff. And I'll
Carl Sagan.
Yeah, Carl Sagan is the man. I actually made a tribute video to him over on my YoshiYamiYori channel. So I'm really big into astronomy, but I never really cared much for everything else. I like science, just science in general. I think science is cool. But but I didn't think so much of it in high school. But I guess college changed me a lot. Yukata asks, would it be better for you to watch some other vlogs but on the purpose of educational? After I heard that you haven't watched other vloggers very much, except that you already knew them before, I feel a bit worried that you might miss a good opportunity to learn and grow to be a better vlogger, which in turn leads to, well, what else? More income. Basically, the only vloggers that I actually watch are people I know in real life, and Yukata was worried that I might be missing opportunity to grow and become a better vlogger by not watching, let's say, Shaytards or CTFXC or insert popular vlog here. Well, how do I explain this? This vlog is not very profitable, is the best way of putting it. This vlog does not make me very much money. I do YouTube for a living, but it's amazing how much more beneficial the Let's Play channel is than this channel. It doesn't mean I don't like you guys, not at all. In fact, I think it shows that I like you guys a lot, because despite not making hardly anything for doing the vlog channel, I still do it. And it's because I like to do it. I like to do vlogs. My vlogs are really different from other people's. Earlier in the Q&A video, I was talking about, you know, people who you're 5 seconds in and they're asking you to thumbs up for dog food. I mean, I don't do that, and I won't do that. I'm not, to be blunt.
You're your own person.
I'm my own person, and I'm not really in it for the money. It's like, I kind of am. I mean, the vlog helps pay a bill, but, you know, I could be doing way more stuff that I know that I could be doing to get attention, and I don't do it because it's not me. It's the same reason why at the end of the Stephen Plays videos I say highly consider subscribing. I don't like to shove anything down anyone's throat, and I mean, no offense to you, Yukata, for asking a question. It's just that I don't really value other vloggers all that highly. I mean, there's some other people who are good, and I mean, they have interesting content, but I mean, I don't like the way they do things, and that's why. So it's kind of a weird question, a weird answer, but I don't watch other vloggers basically because I don't want to be other vloggers. I don't want to learn what they're doing because I frankly just don't care. I'm a different individual. I've seen what they do. I don't like what they do, so I do it my own way. So I don't mean to offend you if I don't. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Hi, Leonardo says, this is probably a dumb question, but I think you mentioned you own Chulip in a vlog. Well, my question is, what do you guys think of the game? Have you beaten it? How long have you played it for? It's just one of my favorite games, and I really enjoy hearing what people think, even if it's not too nice. This is Chulip.
It's a great game. I liked it.
You beat it, right?
I 100%ed it.
I haven't beaten it. Mallory got me to play it like last summer or something. It was fun.
You didn't play very far.
I didn't get very far. It was fun. It was just...
It's unique.
It's difficult. It's actually really, really hard.
And sometimes you wait around a lot. I didn't like the waiting.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's not a very good game. It's really not. There's a lot of stuff that's just plain wrong. As far as game design goes, it's not very good. But it's really unique, and it's one of those games that, because it's unique, it gets a lot of passes. I mean, there's not another game where you get to go around kissing people, so if you've ever wanted to try Chulip, give it a shot, but I wouldn't pay more than like $15 for it, so.
Mine actually went to Seattle and stayed with Matilda Caboose for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Matilda Caboose has touched this. Is he famous yet?
I don't know. He liked it.
Okay, well, Chulip's cool. We're almost done. The Chateller says, do you know Nintendo Capri Sun and Proton John like Chugga? Can we expect more famous LPers on the vlog? I do not know Nintendo Capri Sun. I do not know Proton John. The only reason I know Chugga Conroy is because I've known him for years. Interesting fact, Nintendo Capri Sun actually lives like
20 minutes from
15 or 20 minutes from her mom's house. And I only recently found this out. And I actually talked to Chugga. I was like, we're going to be back up there. It's like, would it be weird if we like met up with him? And he was like, eh. So I don't know. Actually, we might meet up with him. As far as I know, he probably doesn't know anything about me. He may not know I exist, unless Chugga's talked about me to him. And I'll be blunt, I don't really watch his videos. I've seen a few of them, but I don't watch him regularly, so we may not meet up with him because it might be kind of weird. Be like, hey, I don't watch you. And he'd be like, hey, I don't watch you either. And I'll be like, all right, bye. So I don't know. Maybe. So can you expect more famous LPers on the vlog? Maybe, but probably not. I just really know Chugga. Last question is asked by RCN927. How are you both at the same elevation? Isn't the height difference like a foot? Well, we're not really at the same elevation right now.
I think he means how we're sitting. So
yeah.
We want to make sure that's right.
My legs are longer than my body. I mean, everyone's are, but like me particularly, I have really, really long legs, and my body is probably closer to that of a normal individual's.
Like, his waist comes up to, like, here on me.
Yeah, so that is... I have doggone! My nose is so itchy, but I'm not covered in blood, so things are good. Anyway, that's it. Also, the height difference is not a foot. It's actually 13 inches. She's 5'5" and I'm 6'6", so 13. Anyway, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching the November Q&A video. If you have a question that you'd like us to answer at the end of December, leave it below. If you want a question answered for sure, then find a question that interests you and vote it up, because the top rated comments or questions or whatever always get answered. So look through, find something that's interesting, leave one yourself, and we'll be back at the end of December to answer your questions once again. So thank you guys very much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you around. You have anything you want to end with?
Well, Dan asked what we were doing for New Year's, so we'll probably be recording another one of these.
That'd be an interesting way to bring in the new year. It'd be a crappy way of bringing in the new year. We'll see you guys next time.